Okay, guys. Michael here. I'm about to show you guys how to get started with Lightroom. I'm using Lightroom 5, and uh, in case you guys don't know, there's a Lightroom and Photoshop, like you can see here, for $10 a month. But right now I'm running the trial. See if I like it, and well, I actually like it. So first, you just if you're using the MacBook, you just like you see, like I told you, I'm running the trial. So just click trial, and this picture is already selected. That's because I've worked on a couple of them, and yeah. So we're just gonna do quick basic editing. So I'm gonna reset everything. So when you get started with Lightroom, this is your film bar. Basically, the pictures you've selected, is gonna be right here, and that's gonna be easy. As soon as you open Lightroom and have pictures on the computer or on a memory card, you're just gonna select it automatically, and then you can just go ahead and select the ones you want. But you can see these pictures a little bit, underexposed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some exposure and all that stuff. So Lightroom does a good job. I shot this at ISO 200, 55 millimeter aperture, 4.5 and 1/40th of a second. I should have shot, at faster speed because his leg is out of focus, but doesn't really matter. So quick, the first thing you want to do is white balance. So you come here to basic, click that, and this, the little thingy over here says white balance. So you just click on that, and then find one spot and click. So that's white balance. Now the next thing we want to do is add a little bit of you know sunny kind of effect, to make it pop. So you just scroll that to the right. That looks a little orangey, right about here. We'll come back to that if you have to. And then the next thing I always like doing is get my blacks in. Da 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 da. So -15, and then get my whites. And then I want to work on my exposure. So you just brighten that, not to make it too bright. I think that's about it. And then work on your shadows to reveal, the spots that has low shadow. And then I want to turn down the exposure because it's a little bit overexposed. Make it a little bit more natural. Keep it at right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of clarity just to make it a little bit more in focus. And of course I want to put a little vibrance to it, just a little bit. You're not gonna really tell the if there's a difference, but there is difference. And then there's tone curve, but I don't really want to go on that. And another thing I always like doing is this picture would not be very good to add a vignetting because, well, that's just my preference. I want the stairs to show and all the stuff. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, and then I'm gonna come to detail, and I'm gonna sharpen this image a little bit, just because I think it's not, really what I wanted. So I'm just gonna go ahead. Now, if you go all the way, if you see her skin, see how that looks like? That's because it's too sharp. So you wanna, make it a little bit more natural looking. So we keep it at 25. I mean, you can still really tell the noise, but when you zoom out, you're not gonna see it. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it to this picture. You want to put a little bit of hue saturation. So I'm gonna go right here. So the way I edit, I'm just gonna look at it and we're like, okay, what color, you know, really needs more addition. So I'm looking at it and like, I'm gonna try the magenta. Let me see how that's gonna work. So take it to all the right way, take it all to the left, not really. So we're just gonna leave it at that. We don't really need blue because, you know, it's not really there. And Lightroom is pretty easy. It's not complicated. I'm just gonna leave this picture like this, but I probably wanna do a little bit of temperature. Maybe turn it down a little bit because it's kind of yellowy. There you go. That makes it gives us natural look. And exposure. It was 1.52, so I put it at 1.58. And for here, I really don't want to bother about the lake, you know, because it's not really bothering me. But yeah, if you want to see if there's any difference, you know, just click here. This is the before and then the after. You know, there's really a difference, you know. So, and when you're shooting, make sure you shoot at RAW. It's only RAW that can do this, you know. RAW is gonna help you fix the pictures. So this is really basic stuff, and drop your comments below, and I'm gonna put more videos, but this is really basic stuff for starters.